Welcome, brothers and sisters. Thank you for tuning in. Today, the universe wants me to convey a message to you of great importance with regards to illusions and reality, lies and truth. From the moment of your inception of your journey on planet Earth, you've been unconsciously indoctrinated into an illusionary world of lies, illusions, and games. You have misconstrued illusions as being reality and lies as being truth, because that's exactly how you've been conditioned through social engineering and unconscious social programming mechanisms. When you believe something to be true, this is indicative of the placebo effect on the physical mind. Once the physical mind is convinced that something is a certain way because it's been told that it is, what happens is it goes to work on reinforcing and fortifying that erroneous belief until it becomes a reality in its own, skewed imagination. This is a derivative of the synthetic imagination, demonic unconsciousness, the matrix. This is why they prey on your physical mind, because that's all they can control. They can't control your heart or your soul. They can't. Your thoughts are metaphysical, but the physical brain itself operates the functions of the body and your five senses, your five physical limited senses, as well as having the capacity to manipulate the three-dimensional holographic illusionary projections into being misconstrued as being reality. And this is why they prey on your mind, not on your heart. That's why you don't ever hear the term they control your heart, they control your soul, because they can't. It's always mind control, mind manipulation, mind games. It's that way for a reason. If you notice how the sequence always goes, it always goes mind, body, soul. Physical, physical, metaphysical. It's been that way by design. So therefore, they have convinced you that what they are presenting to you is a reality, when actually it's just been an illusion the whole time. So when you begin to realize this truth, that's when you begin to wake up through meditation and conscious inner prayer, communications with the universe. Only when you exit their illusions shall you begin to enter your own reality, because when their lies become your truth, their illusions become your reality. So you begin to see the lies for what they've always been. And now what you're going to do is you're no longer going to feed these illusions, because by you feeding the illusion, you've been starving your own reality, because you cannot feed both. You can only feed one or another, cannot feed both. So the reason why you're not manifesting what you desire is because you're not giving the proper energy set aside along with any kind of, viable energy force needed to animate these things into physical being. It's like if you have a set of batteries and you have a multitude of things that require batteries that are battery operated. You only have 2 AA batteries, but you have 15 items that require AA batteries. You can only use those 2 in any one of whatever it is you're looking at. That's the same thing here. So you're going to animate one with the batteries and the rest will be inanimate. They won't be functioning. They'll basically be starved of energy. So that's what you've been doing to your imagination. You've been allowing the ego to fill your imagination with fear and control your mind with paranoia, indecisiveness, uncertainty, doubt, trepidation. It riddles the mind. It inhibits the mind, because the mind is like a child. And that's why they control you so easily. You believe that you're black or white or Puerto Rican or German or Irish or English. You believe that you're Catholic, that you're Jewish. You believe that you're a Republican, a Democrat. You believe you're a woman, you're a man, you're American. Flags. If you look at flags are indicative of a blind pride of prejudice and bigotry and separation. It falls back on belief systems. This is why they've instilled them within you a long time ago, because you believe you're Catholic, you believe you're white, you believe you're a Republican, you believe that you're a woman or a man or whatever. None of it's true. None of it's true. Your very identity is a living testament to the amount of unconscious social programming you have been inundated and bombarded by your entire life. Like I've said in previous videos, if they did not tell you who and what you are, who and what would you be? Think about it for a minute. It might sound stupid to some people, but if they didn't tell you you were German or Catholic or black or white or whatever, what would you be? Think about it. They didn't tell you you were from this place or from this ethnicity or this heritage or this culture or this tribe or this organization or this family or this background or this religious ideology. What would you be? Imagine if you were born to this earth and nobody told you you were white or black or whatever. What would you be? That's exactly my point. You are what they told you are, and it's done that way for a reason. They told you you're white. They told them they're black because black and white, you've been told, are opposites. They're not opposites. Black and white are not opposites. There is no human race. There are no races. It's just energy, equal in the eyes of God. But that doesn't that doesn't put profit in their pocket. And it never will. You can't control people with peace and unity and love and intelligence and wisdom and awareness and enlightenment. They know that already. They can't control you if everybody's loving each other and getting along and very, very respectful and very affectionate and warm and kind and caring. And if there's altruism and humanitarianism and philanthropy out there, they can't control the world like that. When everybody is embracing each other, not fighting, there's no gang wars and long protracted conflicts. And there's always a war waging somewhere because all wars require money to wage. And there's lines and sides and divisions and chaos. Long protracted conflicts require bullets and bandages, which are supplied to both sides by a very small few families. They incite these riots and violence and wars and sit back and make crazy bank off of it. That's what is going on right now in the Ukraine. Everybody's distracted by that, but there's a whole lot of other stuff going on behind the scenes, folks, that you're not aware of. You don't even know what's going on in this world. You think you do because you get your news from social media and mainstream media, which are controlled by this cult. Absolutely. This is all a grand illusion. It's a mirage. It's not even here. So once you stop feeding their illusions with your fear and your trepidation, then you begin to starve it and it dies. Because in order for something to live, it must be fed. But all the while that you've been feeding their illusions, you've been starving your reality. And that is your dreams and aspirations, goals, hopes, desires, intentions, whatever good things you want to bring into your life and that of others around you. You're not giving it any time, attention, effort, energy. You're not giving it anything. Essentially, you have two people standing in front of you, and you only have food for one. So you're going to feed one, the other one's going to starve. And you're consciously choosing to feed the darkness and starve the light. And you do it every day because you turn on your television or your cell phone and they just bombard you with these lies. And it saturates your physical mind. And it conditions you to believe that what you're seeing and hearing and observing are the truth, but they're lies. And then you misconstrue it as being a reality when in actuality it's an illusion. So you begin to feed this. This is again indicative of the placebo effect. So your mind begins to reinforce these lies until it bends it into the will of the darkness, into making it believable and palatable. And that's exactly what's going on. So you've been continuously, unconsciously feeding illusions and starving your own reality, which is the only thing that's going to get you out of where you are in your life. The ego will always get you to procrastinate and be lazy and come up with a trillion excuses why you shouldn't do something progressive, and it will not provide you one single reason why you should. That's why you need to forego the ego and the physical mind, and you need to embrace your cosmic mind and your cosmic heart. Because you are not a physical being. You are a metaphysical being operating in a physical environment only temporarily. Then you're incarnated in physical form so you can experience these physical experiences. That's what you came here for, amongst other things. So once you stop feeding their illusions, your reality will appear in the form of your desires, wish fulfillment, and your manifestations. You can't feed one and feed the other. You cannot have both feet in the light and the darkness. You got to pick one. You can't be, you have to understand, harmony is the conscious awareness that we are of all things. I am of the light and dark, of equal amounts, but I consciously choose to place the roots of my soul in a garden of light, recognizing the darkness, not discarding it, disregarding it, rejecting it, or trying to live in some sort of denial or conflict where I'm saying I'm incapable of being angry, I'm incapable of being evil. That's just living a delusional fantasy world. That's where conflict arises, when you attempt to run contrary to the nature of your soul. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, where are you going to put your energy in? There's two teams. There's Jesus and there's the devil. What team are you going to play for? That's basically what it comes down to, man. You could walk with Jesus Christ in the light, or you could run with the devil in the darkness. The choice is yours. So you can choose to feed their illusions and manifest everything you don't want. At the same time, you're starving your reality, and you're starving all of the elements of your desires that need your life force to animate. Or you can, choose to say, you know what? I'm going to meditate. I'm going to nullify their illusions. I'm going to negate their lies. And I'm going to consciously align myself with the vibration and frequency of my dreams by seeing everything as it is. The matrix, the system, Babylon, the order, the establishment, corporations, governments, all the same entity. They're all different names for the same thing, the darkness. And the darkness is not going to provide you with cures and remedies. It's going to make you sick and keep you sick until you're dead and buried, and then on to the next customer. That's exactly what the pharmaceutical industry does. They pump you full of poisons, and then they utilize plausible deniability and say, oh, you got sick from the water, from this and that. Yeah, well, they've been pumping fluoride into the water for decades, because fluoride is the number one cancer-causing agent in the world. That's why they put it in toothpaste and water and everything. This is all nefariously contrived by design to reduce the populations of the earth. Been that way for centuries. That's another video. But anyway, just to finish this video up, I just want to say, stop feeding their illusions. Starve them. In order for something to live, it must be fed. When you starve something, it dies. So starve your fears, starve your uncertainties, and just do progressive things that will change your life for the better. And then you will have the power to change the lives of others. But until that time, everything's going to remain the same. And if that's what you want, it's up to you. Have an amazing day.